Mula, I'm DJ Toro. Join me every Monday to Thursday, 7 until midnight. The premium classics on Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Tonight, mixed reactions to reduce fuel prices effective today. The Wavata initiative commits to reducing crime around the country. And Prime Minister to deliver keynote address at Global Conference on Information Technology. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and you're watching FBC News. Tavua police are investigating an alleged murder. Spokesperson Ananai Soro says a woman believed to be in her 50s has been found dead in her home. Her body was discovered by a neighbor at midday today. Police are treating the case as murder and more details are expected later. Bar Town Council Special Administrator Room Prasad has been relieved of his duties effective immediately. In a statement this afternoon, Acting Local Government Minister Ayaz Said Qayyum said there is evidence that Prasad obtained waivers and discounts on rates that he and his family owed for their properties. Qayyum says Prasad has abused his position for personal gain and has often and repeatedly acted in a manner unbecoming of a public officer. Arun Prasad was also recently criticized after hundreds of people in Klopkot squatter settlement raised concerns that he was dictating to them and trying to get them off the land. He will be replaced by Praveen Bala, the Special Administrator of Lautoka. Meanwhile, Robin Ali, a former CEO of the Nandi Town Council, has been appointed as the new Special Administrator in Nandi. The Fijian Health Ministry is generating awareness in groups traveling to the Middle East about the risks of the MERS coronavirus. Although there are no cases identified here, National Advisor Communicable Diseases Dr. Eric Rafai says there is no guarantee of safety when traveling to the Middle East. Roland Karoy reports the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS, has killed 45 people, most of them in Saudi Arabia.
Since the outbreak in 2012, the MERS coronavirus has affected close to 100 people in 9 different countries, killing 45 to date. There's concern that the MERS virus could spread further when about 2 million pilgrims gather at holy sites in Saudi Arabia this month. Saudi authorities have advised the elderly to postpone their pilgrimage, and other pilgrims have been advised to wear respiratory masks as a precaution against MERS coronavirus. In response to questions from FBC News, the WHO office in Suva says Fijians planning to travel to the Middle East are to avoid close contact with anyone who shows symptoms of illness, either coughing or sneezing. Dr. Eric Rafai says Saudi Arabia continues to update its travel advisory for those intending to attend the Hajj pilgrimage this year, and that they're creating awareness on MERS to the groups of people who are intending to visit the Middle East. Dr. Rafai goes on to say that the presenting symptoms are similar to any common viral respiratory infection, except that the person becomes very sick. He says MERS is a much more serious infection that has killed travelers. Therefore, all travelers to the affected region need to be aware of the disease and take the necessary precautions. Roland Koroy, FBC News.
People should not be swayed by the drop in fuel prices, says Commerce Commission Chairman Dr. Mahendra Reddy. Fuel price reductions kicked in from 12 a.m. today. However, some motorists still aren't happy. Chanel Sivan with the details.
There are mixed reactions to the price change.
Before I used to feel it on $75, today it's 64 something. That means maybe on 3 tank I'm saving $30.
Only 8 cents gone down, but it's normal for us. We can't save much.
While
it does bring some relief, Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the nature of commodity is such that there can be an increase in the future.
The thing is that you need to be worried that the changes in prices, the key factor is the changes in international price. International price continues to fluctuate. It's a volatile product, crude oil, and therefore they should not put the tools down with respect to efficiency and energy saving, and they should continue to do that.
Fuel prices have dropped across the board. for motor spirit, diesel and liquid petroleum gas or LPG.
They can make substantial saving in periods where prices are low and prepare for periods where prices are expected to be high.
I feel today I've saved my $10 for my families.
कुछ है difference है at least 3 or 4 difference है.
It's the same as usual, only 9 cents, doesn't make any difference.
The price changes for fuel and liquid petroleum gas or LPG were announced on Friday, and another review will be carried out in 3 months' time. Shanal Shivan, FBC News.
The Nduavata Community Policing Initiative of the Fiji Police Force is gaining momentum in the Eastern Division. Initiated by Brigadier General Ioane Naivalurua, it targets crime reduction throughout Fiji.
The initiative has seen Eastern Division policemen and women personally visiting community leaders and chiefs in the 4 provinces, telling them what's happening in their backyard.
The emergence of some gamblers, some of the issues like if there are some terrorists coming where they are, especially in our own division, there was only one we have mentioned to them, area they are operating for them, just to help them. And let their children be aware that this is what is happening to the issue. Those are the security briefs that are given to the authorities.
The Nduavata initiative has given these officers a boost in bringing down the crime rate in their division.
The most prevalent offense in our Eastern Division is theft, because there are 369 villages in our area of operation and just a few settlements to business area like Corvo and Nakasi. Second to theft is assault, and the third one is burglary, breaking, and the fourth one is sexual offense.
The man leading the charge wants nothing less from the Nduavata initiative. He wants residents under his care to feel secure 24/7.
We also stated to the members of the community, at the end of the day, by assisting each other, we want to see that every doors are open 24 hours a day without anything being moved or touched. Whenever they leave the house, as they come back, nothing is moved from even by 1 centimeter from where it was before they left the house.
The police has to get the assistance from the members of the public to assist them in this crime reduction. That is where the community policing, as we have started now, is showing some good effect.
The theme of the Nduavata Community Policing Initiative is to work together towards greater economic growth. Nikolonga, FBC News.
Prime Minister and Chair of the G77, Vorenge Bainimarama, will speak on the vast potential benefits of technology in the lives of ordinary people. The Prime Minister left today for the high-level forum for South-South Cooperation for Sustainable Development that takes place in Hong Kong later this week. Bainimarama will deliver the keynote address on ITC in the developing world, citing innovations and reforms that have taken place in Fiji. The meeting gathers international experts from across the globe, including senior United Nations officials. Themed ICT innovation, culture and sustainable urbanization, the forum includes a presentation by the Secretary General of the United Nations International Telecommunications Union. Bainimarama will be joined by Fiji's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Peter Thompson. Coming up, turning their lives around, inmates use artwork to earn a living.
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to The Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
Nimbula, methangu nimilote na isoro tumboa. Nama kia umena rua kina ona na veka vi moniti kina vaka rombuka. Rongo mena via sana kina viva ka barota kini ndreko malolo. Ena Radio Fiji One na wongani pia niano. Ngai nama kia kina.
Welcome back. You're watching FBC News. At least one political party, the National Federation Party, says it has paid about $5,700 to the Registrar of Political Parties office. Party President Raman Pratap Singh says they were told by the registrar to pay the amount in full for the declaration of assets and liabilities published in the Fiji Sun. Singh says they paid under protest as the party risked being deregistered. Registrar Mohammed Saneem told FBC News that it's an administrative matter which he will deal with. 35-year-old Poliasi Ndelaimbatiki never thought that he would earn a living by painting. The Namukai Lao native only discovered his talent through the Yellow Ribbon campaign while serving time at the Korovo Correction Center in Suva. Vasita Kote Wasawasa finds out what his plans are for the future.
For many who end up on the wrong side of the law, there seemed to be no hope of ever getting out of the cycle of crime. Poliasi, however, is determined to turn his life around and provide for his children through his art. He's done 18 paintings, which have all been bought by a hotel company at $300 a piece. Even after this initial success, Poliasi still can't believe his talent. The father of three has attributed his painting skills to his teacher, Jane Ricketts, who has been instrumental in guiding them. For the time that he remains incarcerated, Poliasi says he's committed to putting his ideas into canvas, making works of art with a Fijian flavor. Vasita Kotiwasawasa, FBC News.
The Warwick International Group of Hotels has signed an agreement with the Fiji Corrections Services to buy and showcase the artwork of inmates. The Tangimothea Art Gallery at Korovo Correction Center in Suva today showcased the work of 3 artists who are also inmates. 40 paintings are on display at the gallery. Director of Rehabilitation at the Corrections Services, William Mbulewa, says many of their inmates have shown great potential as artists.
Before they came in, they really have talents, but through the assessment that we had, as they go through sentence planning program, they go through some of the process that they go through to enable us to identify the risk and need that they do have.
We always look for overseas artists or artwork, but sometimes we forgot that we have very talented people in Fiji.
All these pieces have already been bought by Warwick International. An 18-year-old boy faces 10 years imprisonment after being sentenced in the Suva High Court this morning. The teenager was convicted of rape involving a 5-year-old on 4th September last year. A police report was filed the same day after the victim complained of body pains to her mother. In sentencing, Judge Justice Paul Madigan said the accused had breached his trust as a family member and raped a child. The victim and the teenager are cousins. A former police officer reappeared in court this morning for raping his sister. He was initially sentenced to 8 years imprisonment, but that was partially suspended because he was only to spend weekends in jail. The former policeman's sentence was quashed earlier this month by the High Court because of the unique and disturbing facts of the case. Lawyer Saramai Wangai Nambete made sentencing submissions during mitigation this morning. She argued that the perpetrator is a first offender and has already spent 86 days in prison. Sentencing is on the 29th of this month. And it's Monday night sports time. So, Jamie, I hear the Tavo football side in the doldrums once again.
Unfortunately, they are, Jackie, but we'll find out what is actually happening with Tavo football after the break. Also coming up, Police Rugby League side falls short at World Cup. Stay with us for the details.
Isambol binaka, nadang gawa di soni nalay, nama kyo mani wasin ngono borota kina lali ne kabi, may natolu kina bitu, enamoni di kina porombuka, enambula FM, nabandu na serre.
सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला, पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो FBC पर हम सफर में रवीन सिंह के साथ।
First up in sports tonight, Tavoa had to ask Fiji football to postpone its Fiji Sun GP Batteries National League game against Rewa over the weekend after it failed to find enough players. Fiji FA has spoken to Tavoa officials and is positive that the struggling Westerners will finish their remaining matches. Shelvin Chand has more.
Tavoa Football Association's story of struggle continues, and they know they face relegation. Fiji FA had to intervene before, and similar intervention will take place this week to help the ailing team.
We have asked the president of Fiji Football Association to travel to Tavoa and have a discussion with them, and then let's see what we can do.
Fiji FA believes things could have been different for Tavoa if fans supported the team.
The business community in Tavoa, they're not supporting the team, and Fiji FA has spent a lot of money in preparing the coaches and other things, administrators.
A former player has undertaken the task of seeing Tavoa through their remaining matches.
We have to give our 100%. Never mind we go down. We still can. I just tell them, let us keep on playing for Tavoa until next year.
Tavoa deteriorated late last year after rift among administrators, which then saw leadership change hands 4 times, leading to players' exodus and lack of support from sponsors. Shelvin Chand, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Football Association is looking at finishing off the Fiji Sun GP Batteries National League within the next fortnight. And while this is on track, traditional champions Ba are on the verge of yet another league title. Interesting with more.
1 win away from taking out yet another National League title. The Ba football side is on the verge of once again stamping its mark as the best team in the country when it comes to National League football.
It's been going on great. We are just on target to finish all the matches by end of this month, and not actually by end of this month, by 28th of this month, which is 2 days earlier.
The battle is also intensifying for the second spot as 2 teams will make the OFC Champions League next season. Suva and Nandi are locked in this tussle, with the Jet Setters having suffered a setback, losing 3-1 to Lautoka yesterday.
In the 33rd minute of play, he places it and puts Lautoka, the design engineering Lautoka side, up by 1-0 to Nelson Odajai. Odajai now races away, and Nelson Odajai has put the design engineering Lautoka side up by 2-0.
Ba, Suva and Nandi occupy the top 3 spots after the latest round. This weekend could see Ba crowned league champs and fly the Fiji flag again at the OFC Champions League. Something for other teams to sit up and take notice of, and that is consistency. Interesting, FBC Sports.
The much anticipated title fight between Fiji lightweight boxer Yosefo the Kaunivalu and PNG's John Declan was shrouded in controversy before the fight even began in Port Moresby yesterday. But the 2 boxers agreed to carry on with the program so as not to disappoint the fans that turned up.
He kept to the deal on the contract, which was a middleweight 72 kg class. Unfortunately, his opponent couldn't make the 72 class. Came in as a light heavyweight and eventually fought at 79. So the weight difference took its toll on Yosefo the Kaunivalu.
The WPPF Asia Pacific title remains vacant for now, and the Kaunivalu is expected to get another shot at the title later in the year with a different opponent. The Fiji Police Sharks Rugby League team were edged by a penalty goal that saw Australia winning the Police Forces World Cup in England today. They were beaten by the Aussies 18-16 in Leeds, but despite the loss, will not return home empty-handed. Following the final, 4 Fiji Police Sharks reps were selected to be part of the World Forces Dream Team.
And obviously that is the possibility of having a tour of the world with them, and talks will be on later on after the tournament on how we are going to get them together and take them from country to country on a tour.
An unfortunate incident though saw Fiji police dummy half Metui Volovola hospitalized.
He is They're currently in the hospital and are going through scan. The game had to be stopped for almost 20 minutes. The ambulance to come in and take him off the field, and we are hoping for the best.
The side leaves London tomorrow and expected to arrive home on Wednesday. And it will be a top-of-the-table clash between when Nandi meets Suva in the Digital Cup rugby competition this weekend in the capital. Nandi leads the points table with 30 points, tied with the capital side, who are second via points differential. Nandronga will be out to better its position from the third place when it plays Obalau. Fourth place, Naita Siri plays Madawata. And in other games, Lautoka plays Vatukola, Tailebu hosts Tabua, and Northland battles Namosi. Just like their female counterparts, the Fiji men's hockey team has made a huge leap in the International Hockey Federation World Rankings. Earlier this year, Fiji men were ranked 71, but after an improved performance at the World Series League second round in India earlier this year, they are now ranked 55th. That's a 16-place jump up the rankings ladder, with Fiji men now ahead of the likes of Greece, Thailand, Uzbekistan, Bulgaria, Morocco and Georgia. Earlier this month, the women's latest rankings had Fiji women ranked at number 51 in the world. With no Oceania Pacific Cup tournaments this year, Fiji hockey has made plans to host an Australian country three-match tour in December. And that was your sports for tonight. It's back to Jackie now for business.
The first of the elderly women solar engineers of Madawata and Vanua Levu have successfully completed their first solar electrification project. The women had undergone training at the Barefoot College in India. Minister for Women Dr. Chico Luveni will commission the project in the villages of Nambo Ono and Yasawa in the province of Madawata. The project will bring light to many households and families who often depend on other forms of expensive energy sources. 6 villages in the Northern Division have been selected for solar electrification. They also include Nakorovo, Lutukina, Vuinangalutu and Vunindongoloa. That time again, Jen, is it just me or was it very cold last night?
No, Jackie, it wasn't just you. I think it's safe to say that we were all really cold last night. So cold, in fact, that the clouds and showers we had in Suva today didn't really bother me. I'm not surprised with today's temperatures. All are in the 20s except for Lambasa, which means that everyone else felt the chills today. 25 degrees was the lowest on the chart. Another day tomorrow, but not another forecast. Clouds and showers look set to be the norm for Suva and Savasavu, while it's sunshine for Lambasa and the Western Division. Now, I am super excited about this evening's photo. This is the magnificent Savulele waterfalls in Nambala Sere. And if you don't know where that is, it's situated at the border of the Naita Siri and Ra provinces. And Harry Tundia is our ace photographer of the day. Thank you so much, Harry, for kickstarting our week with this brilliant photo. That was weather, and until the next picture, stay safe and stay smiling.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. And recapping the headlines again, Bartown Special Administrator Rune Prasad has been terminated based on evidence that he obtained waivers and discounts on rates for his family. Health Ministry issues alert for people traveling to Saudi Arabia to beware of MERS virus outbreak. And mixed reactions to fuel price decrease effective today. Now to our poll question, and we asked, are public transport buses in Fiji safe to travel in? 81% answered no. And this week's question we ask, is Fiji emerging as a Melanesian spearhead group leader? You can answer on our website, www.fbc.com.fj. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos. Email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj. That's your Monday night news. Until tomorrow, good night.
आपकी शादी होने वाली है, 5 बच्चे होंगे। 5
हाय, मैं हूँ आपकी सहेली रेनू। सुनते रहिए मिर्ची FM। मैं हूँ ना 9 से 12 बजे तक।